if you just want to kind of start us off with talking about how the opportunity presented itself and how excited.
Yeah, so it's a crazy kind of situation because my rookie year, I did a Christmas event with me, Marshawn, and Ted, and my business partner, my guy named Cortrell. He was the one coordinated and stuff because we had practice and everything. And the guy Lish, well, I reached out to Lish, let her know, like, hey, I got an event coming up, need to feed the kids and everything. She got me Papa John's. To make a long story short, the guy who delivered the pizzas ended up connecting with my partner, and it was on from there. He told my guy, like, hey man, we got a special with Rainbow's Baby last year. We can probably get Hardee on the special. We can call it Hardee Cares Combo. And it was crazy because the next thing you know, the Hardee Cares Combo came. Then that same guy who delivered the pieces, he ended up being in Papa John's for over 20 years, 24 to be exact. And he was like, man, telling you, man, you can be like a minority owner. It's not many here in New Orleans. There's only one other set of minority owners. And plus you play for the Saints, I feel like it'll be a great opportunity. And I thought about it, did my research, had my peoples researched everything, went over the numbers and all that type of stuff. And I've been at it for a while, honestly, over a year and some change to be exact. Started about last year, I would say in May, probably last year around this time, just really was like, I want to do it. And just to see how far this process has been, because I'm an impatient guy. Sometimes I come to bite me, but this process has definitely taught me so much patience, because, you know, it's not on your time, you know, especially with COVID happening and not having as many amount of workers being able to work at a certain amount of time and everything. This process has been definitely a blessing, but definitely taught me patience. I've learned so many things. Started off with the partner, ended up by myself, which I believe is the best way. I feel like it's just the best way, you know, when you don't have a party, you're not dealing with nobody else. You know, and that was more so the problem. It was a lot, but not even gonna get into all that. I'm just glad I get to do it myself, and it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing. Also, shout out to Hancock and Whitney.
Well, hey, Justin, you kind of touched on it, just some of the challenges, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. What were some of the challenges of kind of getting to that final stretch and, you know, getting it ready to open?
Yeah, cause it's crazy because we're banking on the store being done about this time now. Like we was probably gonna be selling our first pieces and stuff. But with that, you know, it just added a month on. Just the process of everything, and also what slowed me down was also my partner as well. Just stuff going back and forth. But just COVID definitely, I would say, pushed me back a month.
And then when the shutdowns and the social distancing started popping up, did that make you a little nervous, or how did you handle it?
It definitely made me a little nervous. Just like, man, like, why is it happening now? 2020, I'm thinking 2020 is supposed to be, you know, this great year that everybody just imagined, and I'm like, man, it's the year I'm supposed to be opening my first restaurant. But then I'm like, man, that's gonna be a blessing in disguise. I talked to my guy who's gonna be my store manager, and he's in Papa John's now, still working for a different company. I mean, well, not a different company, but different franchise. And he like, man, the numbers are skyrocketing just because everybody has to take out delivery and everything. The numbers been crazy. And the best part for me is where I'm located, or where my store is located, is right across the street from a few apartment buildings. So it's definitely, a blessing.
Justin, I've seen the Justin Hardee special available at a Papa John's. It wasn't a special pizza though, right? You didn't design your own ingredient combination. You have like your pizza.
Nah. I wish they let me do that, man. I wish they let me do that, but they pretty much came up with the concept, and I actually tried to change it, and they was like, nah, this is a deal, and this is what it is. And it's crazy the benefit that that I was able to raise for my charity with that special. Like I said, I was trying to change it. I was trying to put some wings in there. But they like, nah, and I ended up clearing over $15,000 for my charity. So it's a blessing. I was usually coming out of pocket sometimes, and some of my charity, well, most of my charity events. So now that I, raised it for a great cause, I got it stored away, didn't touch it because I didn't need to. Because I always try to do the right thing with the money that I was blessed to receive in this position.
Speaking
Justin,
of your journey,
I'm sorry, Justin, I have a quick question for you. You, with the 3 degrees that you got, the 2 masters, how much of that have you relied on through this whole process, whether it be the banking process, whether it be franchising? Just curious to know all that education that you gathered.
Yeah, I would say just getting those degrees. I think it was about like after my second, well, it was towards the end of my first year, but during my second year, I'm I'm just like, man, I'm sitting here, I'm working out. That's all cool and all, because that's definitely what I'm supposed to be locked in to do. And that's second nature to me. I'm gonna do that regardless. But I'm like, man, I'm sitting here, I got 3 degrees, and I'm just sitting here depending on this, and I'm definitely gonna bank on myself on ball any day. But I'm just like, I'm sitting here with these 3 degrees. I gotta do something. Got in touch with my business partner who was my mentor while I was in high school. And he just came with opportunities and stuff. And I have my agents and my financial advisor telling me yes and no, a lot of no's, because, when you're in this position, a lot of people come up with you with all type of stuff. So I was just really just trying to pick and choose. And once I was able to really find something, I'm like, wow, this is it. I was able to really go all in. It's crazy because last year I was banking on being ready before the season last year, but only Lord knows like how long that process was. And like I said, I really just came to my senses, really like, man, how can I really just be sitting here with 3 degrees and really not have nothing else, or not really be getting money from another stream? I just told myself I wanted to be an off the field millionaire, just without ball, and I want to go crazy on the field as well. But, I feel like I was just raised different. My mom, I want to just do so much for her. I want to be just the best human being, the best football player, the best businessman for her, man. Just so I want to do so much. I wish she was here to see it all. So since she's not, I got to do everything, that I can, the right things, not just anything, but just the right things. And there's so much more I got in store. Just really looking forward to it.
Hey, Justin, would you mind expanding on that and just, being this kind of well-rounded person? Do you do that like in memory of your mom? How would you kind of describe it?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I always told myself, because football was a long shot for me making it growing up from high school, even in college, didn't have the numbers and neither one, neither was never like a highly recruited guy. As you see for the Saints, I just pretty much had to get it out the mud. And that's how I made it here on this level. Just by always believing in, I guess, just the hard work, not knowing where the hard work would ever take me. Honestly, I just did it, and I always worked hard. And for my mom, I told her that I was gonna, make it to the NFL, and just to see it come true, and then to become at one of the best at, what I'm blessed to do, play special teams, and got a lot in store for corner this year. But just to be able to be in this position, and just to keep going and, just sky's the limit. Doing it all for her and then dipping into the business. It's a lot of dead time right now. I had to be taking advantage of it. I planned on being coming out with this news, but I wanted it to be special. I didn't want to be too early. Like, I've been in this process, like I said, over a year. I just wanted to wait till the right time. I just want to make my mom proud. Like I said, it's so much I want to do. So much I want to give back to my son, because he means so much to me. And just my mom, man. Like I said, my mom and my son, those two motivations just drive me to another level.
Hey, Justin, on your charity, Hardee Cares, what's the main mission that you try to shoot for? And I mean, how much does your mother, and like, if she was here today, what would she say about you and with all the work that you're doing?
I think she'd be proud. I'm one of those guys. I hate to really toot my own horn. I believe she'd be proud though. I really do. And that's just, I guess that's my goal in life. People are like, man, what's your goal in life? That's just really my goal in life, to really make my mom proud. Just to keep elevating, never stop. I feel like this is only the beginning for me. It really is. I plan on playing in the next decade if I can. I plan on having about 20 Papa John's, but also dipping into another franchise during that time. Like I said, I want to go down as one of the guys, that just took advantage of every opportunity that God gave him. I remember playing when we were about to play against the Saints when I was playing for the Texans, and the special teams coach pretty much came up and told me, like, either you're going to make this play or, man, I don't know what to tell you. And I got that one opportunity that I wasn't even supposed to get in on. A guy just came from a long route, and he like, Hardee, get in. And I ended up making 3 plays back-to-back against the Saints and getting dumped. Got cut by the Texans, and my guy Whitney Merciless telling me, it'll be a blessing in disguise, and then going somewhere, where I'm loved, where it's all love. Like, for this to be my first experience in the league and to be in the world, and just like, wow. My son is from there, and like I said, it was just that one opportunity that I received that I took advantage of. I remember when I went up to Coach Sean Payton office, and asked him, can I get an opportunity to play? And next thing you know, I'm up. Next thing you know, I make that one opportunity, I make it happen. And I guess, you just never know. You may only get one. So just taking advantage of those one opportunities that you may get that come a lifetime can go a long way. It's brought me a long way. And I'm going to keep believing in God and trusting him.
Yeah, you have a couple of teammates who also either are minority owners in franchises or just straight own them. Did you reach out to any of them during this process to see maybe if they had any tips or advice or maybe things to look out for?
What's so crazy is I actually talked to Malcolm about it when he was playing for Philly, because Malcolm actually got I think about 10 Papa John franchises. And me and him was supposed to connect, and he reached out to me while he was in Philly because that's my frat brother. He reached out to me, just let me know he gonna give me game on that. So that's actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I got to reach out to him. But believe it or not, my position coach, Aaron Glenn, gave me a lot of game on as far as the franchise business, what to expect, what you got to look out for, and you know how much time it'll take and all that type of stuff. And you know, that's one of the guys that I look up to, Aaron Glenn.
Justin, I'm not sure if you can hear me or not, but I think you might be in a spot where you just cut off for about the last minute. Justin, are you there? Justin, can you hear okay?
Hey Doug, I think he's he's rebooting.
There, from one Justin to the next. Yep, we'll just be patient here for a sec.
Yeah, I'm here now, Doug. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. You cut off a little bit shortly after you were talking about Malcolm Jenkins and his 10 franchises, and then some of the input. And he is a fellow. You guys are fraternity brothers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was mentioning my position coach, Aaron Glenn, was surprisingly one of the guys, you know, that gave me a lot of game, what to expect, what I have to do on my behalf, how I gotta you know, check my workers and all that type of stuff, food costs, food waste. My coach Aaron Glenn, very, very intelligent guy, someone I look up to, gave me a lot of game, and I definitely plan on talking to him more about it during my, you know, my process and during the season.
Justin, ask Aaron Glenn to get you in touch with Ray Mickens. Ray Mickens was a defensive back with Aaron Glenn from Texas A&M, and he was with the Jets and went on to open up a bunch of stores, I think the Hudson News stores, a bunch of airports in the country, and is absolutely killing it right now. So he'd be a good resource.
Wow. Thanks, Doug.
Yes, sir. Justin, back to your mom. In your junior year, would you have ever thought that 6 years from then you'd be playing in the NFL and owning a pizza shop? I mean, was that even on your radar?
Honestly, it wasn't. I always believed it. I never had a plan B when it came to football in college. About, you know, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I didn't have a video, but I never, like I said, I never really had a plan B. I knew I was going to graduate college. I did that a few times, but I always envisioned myself in this position. Well, at least I always wanted to work to feel like I deserved to be here. But as far as, you know, going into my 4th year and then owning a pizza restaurant is like, wow, it's a blessing. And I would say without God, it definitely wouldn't be possible. And I'm just glad that, you know, I can go to the cemetery and tell my mom, I did it. You know, I did what they said I couldn't do.
It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, guys, help us get the word out there for when the restaurant opens and gets rolling that great Saint player, owns it, and not only a great player, but a great human being. And hopefully everybody rallies around it and really supports his endeavor. I know that we will, and I can tell you behind the scenes, it's been interesting. I've had the opportunity to watch Justin work at this and go in and pop in and talk to people in different departments and just pick their brains and ask questions that are, fairly rare that you don't hear them, but you're always saying he's really working towards it. On his off days and things, he'd come in. And so to see this come to fruition has been a really neat thing.
Well, I appreciate that, Doug. I definitely appreciate that, Doug. It's coming. It's on Tulane Avenue. It's I guess it's like a little shopping center, but it's 3001 Tulane Avenue, New Orleans, Louisiana, Mid-City, right down the street from the VA hospital and the police station. So great location, Mid-City, New Orleans. Looking forward to everyone, checking it out.
I'm a terrible reporter because I missed the most important detail. When does it open?
It is. So it varies between the early June and mid-June. Once I get the actual date, I'll definitely be putting it out.
Catherine, you know exactly where that is, so we'll buy the first pizzas first pizzas are on me.
Is that because I go to Papa John's?
No, it's because you live in Mid-City. Great. Justin, does anybody have anything else for Justin? We really appreciate your time and keep us posted, Justin.
Oh, Doug, man, I appreciate you and Evan making this happen for me.
Yes, sir. Anytime, buddy.
Thanks, Justin. Congrats, man.
Thanks, Justin. Congrats, bud.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you all. Have a good evening. Be safe.
Okay.
Bye.